All right, guys, of all things, today is actually April 1st, April Fool's Day, and this is no joke. It actually snowed here this morning. Absolutely crazy, but the show must go on, and we are on our next one. As you guys seen on the flight in, we have switched fields, and we're going to try to plow a little bit more pipe in, but this one here is going to be a little bit of a different system or setup. What you guys seen us do over there in that other field, if you guys haven't seen those videos yet, check them out. We were actually trying to get rid of groundwater, trying to get water out of the ground and get it drained so it don't cause big wet spots in the field. Here, as you guys see, we've got what I would call a surface water issue. So we got to get a couple main lines of pipe put in here, and then we're going to probably come back and pop in a few dry dams and try to control and meter the release of this water to keep it from eroding this field so bad. So highways up there, big rolling hump, a little bit of a swell, big rolling hump, ditch over there. I think on this one, since the hump is so small, Matt's gonna get the laser set up. We're actually gonna maybe try to take the dozer and maybe just plow 2 feet out right through here, and then we'll actually be able to come and plow our pipe in and keep it in pretty good shape. So Matt's getting set up to see how much material we got to make out. The other option we got is we could dig through this hump the same way we did down there, but since this hump is so short and this pipe's going to plow on up and around, I think we're going to try. It all depends on what the little beepy beepy laser thing says, so let's find out. All right, so here's what the survey says.
Survey says
3 feet. That looks like a lot more than 3 foot of difference between here and there, but I'm not going to argue with the beepy thing. So basically 3 feet, we want to be 2 feet in the ground up there, so that's 5 foot difference. Man, we've come close to plowing that one.
I know it, real close.
I think we need to come up here and take about 18-20 inches off right through here.
I agree.
And then we'll go with it. What do you think?
That'll equal out your amount of...
Well, we're going to do, the other reason that I'm not completely against taking a little bit of dirt out here, right here, guys, is we got to build a bunch of dry dams and some retention in here. And we're going to be moving this dirt around anyway, so it's not really going to hurt us. I think we're going to be time ahead to take the big behemoth, plow some dirt out of the way, and sink the plow in the ground, baby.
Do it. It might look like a plow dozer, but first, it's a normal dozer.
think that's gonna work pretty good. That took like all of 6 or 7 minutes to bust it out of there. Like I said, we got to get in here anyways to do some other work, so I don't think it's gonna kill us to move that little bit of dirt and put it back, and plus it'll allow us to plow that pipe in where it'll be a little bit better protected. I also took some dirt and put it right in the ditch right there behind the dozer, so that way whenever we plow through that ditch, that dozer wants to go through level and it don't articulate a whole lot and take a chance to knock our grade off. The sun's finally come out, the wind has died down, but the top of this field is nasty, slimy, and muddy. So it's going to be interesting to see how those tracks pull. These conditions here are actually pretty similar to that very first day when we tried to yank it through the ground. I think we're going to be all right, but you just never know until you actually go for it. So Matt's coming through with the tractor. We're going to get our pipe laid out here beside us. I think what we're going to try to do is we're probably going to put this in with the laser up to where the dozer's at. Once we get to where the dozer's at, I think we may actually try out our drag chain to go up around the corner, and we got to make a pretty tight turn up there. Probably gonna need some assistance with another piece of equipment to get around the corner, so we'll see how that goes. So get the pipe ran off and go from there. You guys see that pipe right there? That's actually a tile line we put in on that side of the ditch probably 11 or 12 years ago, and I can see water coming out of it. I know it's underground. I see water coming out of it going that way. So
2009.
2009 is when we put that in. You were here for that.
Grandpa's trencher down here. So yes, 09.
Good news, it's still working. All right. I'm gonna hold this in, you go that way. Helps if you take the
parking brake off.
Yeah, helps take the parking brake off. We can feed the tile in from the other side. That's where our grade control's at, so if we can, we prefer to do it from this side. So far, it's not really bit us in the butt yet. It almost did over on those trees, but we'll get all the details worked out before it's all over. Mr. Millennial.
I feel like Aaron now.
I see an issue.
Yeah.
We raised our grade control arm up, and now we need a ladder. So we can use the back of the Ranger?
Absolutely gonna have to.
Alright, we're gonna back up to the ditch, shove some pipe down this thing and see what happens. We'll see if all man behind the scenes is stick welds hold this time. This gotta be a pretty good little pool right through here. Hard ground and deep. Mr. Millennial, I say instead of tromping around down there in the mud, you want to load that pipe in there now, and then you can just stand on it down there.
Sure.
I'll back up and lower down.
I was really hopeful that you didn't make me crawl down in there to pull the pipe out of the boot, so yeah, I was already thinking that way. Because I know you're not going to get
Thinking of you, buddy. Thinking of you.
Alright, hold on. Get around. Alright. You're coming back a good 8 feet, aren't you?
Got the boot started in the ground, laser spinning set to 1%. We're gonna have to make a minor adjustment.
Beauties of being able to make a minor
This is true. At least we built it, at least we engineered it adjustable. So we raised this thing up because we noticed when we were plowing very deep, this was getting relatively close to the ground. And I think in most situations it would have worked, but we got such a steep slope right here. Of course, the one situation it don't. So we're gonna drop that down a set of bolt holes. You'd think with 36 inches of travel, we'd be able to catch it. We just need a taller tripod. That's our problem.
Taller tripod would make this not needed, would it?
All right, turn the system back on. and see what we find. You gonna find it this time?
There it is.
Nailed it.
Right in there.
Look at that, sitting there nice and pretty. You ready to roll?
Yeah, I am. I'm ready to see some more 8-inch go in the ground.
Let's do it.
Got our sight marker that shows we're 2 foot in the ground. I'm loving it. Going in.
Not all she wants pulling through here, boys, but we're getting her. Come on, baby. Well, that was a little bit of an adventure, but let me tell you, I think we got her down through there. And more importantly, I think we even hit our depth marker, which is a good thing. So we're going to try to get ourselves turned. It's one thing this dozer does not do very well, which we kind of knew coming into this. Get this thing turned and kind of head up along the side of the hill right there. Kind of going to go up around the thing. We're going to take the D4 and hopefully kind of manipulate us getting around the corner until we run out of pipe here and see what happens. So we're shooting for 2 foot deep there in the ditch. I would say we are probably pretty close in the deepest spot. We're about 3 feet deep coming out the other side, and the foot's about a foot. Ditch is about a foot deep, so I think we're about right. All right, guys, here's kind of the update. You've seen us plow through the knot there. We made it through there successfully. Got to the ditch, and let me stand back over here. Maybe you guys can see us a little bit better. We did actually make the turn without any major issues. It didn't take a whole lot at all with that little D4 just to kind of steer that thing right on around. You guys see how we made the corner there. The next problem we got, I shouldn't really call it a problem. This is just this is a tricky run here, and we're really taking our time to make sure we got it right. We're kind of going through a little bit of a hump right there. If you guys can see the markings on the back of the plow, we're back to 4.5 pushing 5 foot deep again. Not quite 5 foot deep. We're about a little over 4 feet deep, and this is pretty nasty wet on top. I know it looks dry, but it's really slick, and obviously the dozer has spun out right there, and I could probably keep going, but as I spin and slip, it wants to slide down the hill towards that ditch. I don't want to do that, so we're going to go ahead and hook the excavator to the front of this thing, and if nothing else, just kind of keep everything in a straight line going forward. We got it there, why not use it? Now, some of you guys may not ask, how come we're not plowing right up the ditch? I don't like to do that, and I don't think that's a good idea, because then you open yourself up to erosion, and the deeper you can get this pipe in your hand with the plow, the better chance it has of not getting damaged. Now, if it was a little bit drier out, I'd probably be plowing down the hill a little bit farther. I'm kind of taking the safer but yet harder route, going up a little bit higher. But once we get up here, we're going to kind of cut across and turn and go that way, and I want to make sure I got at least 2 foot of depth when we cross that ditch to head up towards the highway right there. So we got the strap hooked up to the front of the dozer. I think I'm going to pull off the top of the blade. This is just a little bit of an experiment here. Pull off the top of the blade, which should help put some weight down the front of these tracks, which should help the dozer pull itself along, and the excavator will be more for guidance than anything. But I want to try to pull it with the excavator, because that machine will probably always be paired up with this machine. This machine may or may not be around, so we're going to do some experiments. We're actually, I don't know if I mentioned this yet or not, the first job we did and this job we're doing is actually on our family farm. This is property our family owns. It's right in front of my house. So this has been perfect for testing, tuning, improving, and trying ideas out. I'd much rather do it here on our property and take a little bit extra time, make sure we get it right, and waste Farmer Chris's time or somebody else's time. So Matt actually went to go get some more pipe. We want to go ahead and some more pipe on this before we go any farther, and then hammer down. Let's do it. Let's see what happens.
Yep, strap gave out. Definitely gonna need a chain.
Alright, see if you can put your, hold on a second, let's try something.
Well, our strap did not like our connection point there. That's a little bit of a fear, but I figured it was worth a try. We got to get this done because there's some rain on the way and I don't have a chain handy. So against our better judgment, I think we're going to take the D4 and shove on the bottom of this ripper. I think if I just get another 7 or 8 feet forward, I think she'll start pulling on her own again. This may end up with another call to man behind the scenes before it's over with. You guys haven't noticed yet, this is going perfectly as planned. Not a total disaster at all. And all good decisions are made at 2:30 or 3 o'clock on a Friday with the rain coming on a Saturday. So since the first two worked so beautifully and did not fail at all, why not make a third great decision and see what happens? So we got excavator extraordinaire Matt here. I'm just going to have him try to take a tooth and hook that GPS mount and see if he can track me back. I don't have to go that far, I just need to go a little ways, and I think I'll be back on my own. Once we lose about a foot of depth, I think we're going to be in good shape, so let's see how bad this goes. All right, start tracking back slowly. All right, a little faster. Drop yourself uphill a little bit. Mr. Molino, you ready for this?
Sure.
First off, you want to explain why we didn't hook the other roll of pipe up and we just pulled her right through the plow?
I have a very perfect
I'm just loving
explanation for that. You see this guy that wears a Dirt Perfect hat that supposedly is Dirt Perfect, who is always in a rush? I've told him 3 times, however many fingers I want to hold up, dude, we got to get some stuff put together and get it to where we're going. Let's go lay some pipe. Let's go lay some pipe.
You know what he told me? He said, everything's down there, ready to
No, I did not. You're so full of it. I said, all the pipe is down there. Hey, and this is true.
Lesson learned right here. I think if we would have took the dozer.
Did you see how fast he switched that?
I think we would have took the dozer and skimmed all this slime off the top. I think we could have saved ourselves a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah, you wouldn't have spun out there as quickly.
All right, anyways, we don't have an internal coupler. An external coupler will not go through our plow. So we're guessing the end of the pipe's about right here somewhere. We're just gonna take the excavator, basically just go ahead and dig across this ditch right here. And then we gotta make one run right through there. And we're gonna do an experiment over there. I'm gonna go ahead and shave that off, or whatever you wanna call it, and see what happens. All right.
I think it'll work.
Hey, the excavator's this way.
Yeah. Unless you want to use a dozer and dig a hoe.
I'll be back. Where do you think it's at? Right there? Sid, you're right. See it?
Yeah.
That little bugger's deep. Still nothing?
See it? Maybe it's further back this way.
You sure it's right there?
I think it's this way.
That looks like the bottom of the hole there, buddy. You did put a pipe in the ground, didn't you?
I was on the front end of the dozer. Up there it is. Right there's the end of it.
Found it. Well, we didn't miss it by much, did we?
No.
All right, we found the pipe there. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig just the other side of this ditch. It's about 15-20 feet, and then we'll drop the plow back in there and head up through there. Save us a little bit of aggravation trying to make that corner real quick, and we'll go from there. So let me get that dug, and I'll check back. Well, Mr. Molino, I don't think we could have asked for our elevation to come out any better. We wanted to be 24 inches deep in the bottom of that little ditch, and we absolutely nailed that. So for experimental purposes, I'm gonna take the dozer real quick and just kind of skim off this top up through there and see if it helps our traction. We're also not plowing quite as deep through there, so I think we'll be in pretty good shape. And then we're gonna have to backfeed the pipe through the plow back to there. So let me get this skimmed off real quick, and then we'll see if we can get our pipe in. All right, got me a little runway skimmed off here. We're on a little bit of a hillside. I know it's hard to show up on camera, so I just kind of benched it off. Again, we got a lot of dirt work to do here after the pipe's in the ground, so I don't know if it's gonna matter. So we're gonna back up over here, lower the plow down on the ground, get back fed to our connection, and see what happens again. Build a tile plow, they said. It'll be awesome, they said.
It's beer 30.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Once you get going, I'm gonna go make sure. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's working great.
A little slippery there.
I think I need to jump down and help you from over there. Whew. You want to tell the world how much fun that was?
No, because they don't want to hear the word I have to say.
I bet you don't forget internal couplers anymore.
I didn't forget them. You didn't allow enough time to get stuff together, and I almost said a different word instead of stuff, darn it.
All right, let's plow out this last couple hundred feet and call it a day.
Sounds good to me.
All right, took the excavator, threw a little dirt on the top of that just to kind of hold it in place. You guys can see our 3-foot mark. We are exactly 3 foot deep, which is absolutely perfect. So we're going to use the drag chain on this one. Basically, we're able to do that because this is just a continuous slope uphill, so we just maintain depth. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this chain to where it just barely touches the ground right there. You see it? Barely right on the ground. We're just going to keep it that same depth all the way up through there, or at least that's the plan. You ready?
I don't know if you're gonna see that, bud.
I think I can. I looked earlier.
Nice.
All right. I can see my drag chain. See if I get this corner turned at pro. I can't see the drag chain back there. It's kind of tight, but I can see her. Oh yeah, we just gotta get across the ditch here. Oh, Mr. Millennial, that was a chore there, buddy.
A bit.
I think we just about got it.
I think so.
I think for today's purposes, you just want to cut that thing right there. We'll plow her out, let her lay underneath the ditch, and then worry about the rest later.
I bet you that water disappears if we do it that way.
I bet you it don't. I bet you it will eventually.
Well, over. Ready, set, I'm cutting it.
All right, full commitment right there. Full commitment.
Oh, I'm off one.
All right. So eventually the plan is, guys, this ditch here comes out from underneath the highway. runs all the way down and around, and we're going to build a retention pond here. This is going to be the drain in the bottom of it, but that's going to have to wait for another day. Let's get this run out and call it, because we'll have to do a drone flight to show this. I'll tell you what, we put every joint. The old plow got put to the test today, and we'll have to do an inspection, but I think she survived.
I think so too.
You trying to make the end of this exciting? All right, guys, that is it. We have made it, and according to Matt, when we come across this ditch, we were right at 2 foot deep, which is absolutely perfect. Didn't go perfectly as planned, but it is perfectly done. Quick little inspection of the plow. I don't see anything that
oh, you're even doing it without pre-inspection.
Yeah, no pre-inspection. We're just, this is a full level of commitment right here. I'll tell you what, man, we pulled and pried on her pretty good today, and it looks pretty good. And those numbers on the back are definitely handy. So it's hard to see from right here the path we took to get here. We're going to finish this one off with a drone flight. We'll catch you guys on the next one.